The question we're going to deal with today is the question, and it's a really big question, is what is faith? You know, you hear that word used a lot today, and of course it's all through the scriptures. We hear about being justified by faith. We hear about without faith, it's impossible to please the Lord. And so all through the Old Testament and New, we see the word faith used. But I think a lot of times there's a misunderstanding about what faith is. I think the most important thing that we could say about faith is faith always has to have an object. In other words, when we talk about faith of any kind, it has to have an object. And there really are only two objects that our faith can have. And the first object, of course, is the Lord. Ultimately, all of our faith, all of our hope, all of our expectations is directed to the Lord. Now, one of the dangerous parts about faith is sometimes we end up having faith in the counterfeit of the Lord, and that is ourselves. And I have found as a pastor over the years that it's very easy to slip away from having a really strong faith focused on the Lord Himself, and we begin to start going and having faith in ourselves and how we're doing and how much progress we're making. And sometimes you'll even have believers who have faith in their faith. I've heard many believers tell me over the years, you know, Pastor, I don't feel like I have enough faith. Well, the reason people say that is because when they're thinking of measuring their faith, they're looking at themselves. They don't feel strong about where they are. They start to look at their own doubts, their questions. And slowly, over a period of time, the object of faith moves away from the Lord, and it eventually turns onto ourselves. And so one of the things that I think is just a great spiritual barometer for any Christian is when we ask that very important question, what is faith? Ask ourselves, is our faith rooted entirely in the Lord alone? Or is the faith got some of us in that? Or even that we become the object ourselves? And I think when we have faith that's strictly in the Lord, we're free. But if we have faith in ourselves or anything else, we begin to move away from true biblical faith and lose what the Lord is looking for us. May the Lord richly bless you in having the right kind of faith in the Lord today.